Hi, this is Ali from Ali's Inky Fingers. Today we're going to talk about the Panpastels and the new £1 stamps that are available from our website. We're going to start with the stamps. Before we actually start with the stamps, I just want to show you this little book that we've made. This is a kit that we're going to put together to go on the website for you to make up yourself, which is such fun to do. We've put little flowers on the front and we've used the ultimate alphabet to do the name. We've actually used the Panpastels to colour that as well, so the glossy accents does go on top of Panpastels if that's a question you're wanting to know. So inside you've got your sheets of acetate and it's a nice thick chipboard cover. You've got your different sheets inside so you can theme them all together, but it keeps all your stamps lovely. So that's one that we've done. And then we did another one here, which we've just put stamps on the front. So if you don't want to put your name on, that's fine. And obviously different colours. So on here, this is the new set that we brought out, the Essential Fairy. On here you've got 18 different stamps. Most of them are the £1 stamps. The only one that isn't is the grass in the centre. That's a £3 stamp. But we've added it to it because it goes really nice with these. These stamps aren't actually as small as this. This is the size that they are. And this is the full sheet that you get. So it's a really good starting point for your £1 stamps. I'll just explain if you can hear any noise in the background. We've got a torrential storm here. But what better way to spend your evening than crafting? So, we've actually got this arch here. This is the Gothic arch and it's from Whitby Abbey. It's a photograph that we took when we went for a weekend break. And it goes lovely with the spooky stamps. These are all in the £1 range, and we've also got fairies which also go really nice with the arch. But I'm going to show you how to build up backgrounds like this, and I'm going to show you how to use your brayer in another way, because obviously using your Panpastels means you don't have to use your brayer. So this is a moon made out of Magifilm, and we use Magifilm. I know you can't see it very well, but we use Magifilm because it's repositionable and you can use it over and over again. And I've got my Panpastels in a little tray that is available from the website. So we're going to take the sponge and pick up some of the permanent red tint. I'm touching where the moon is because I don't want it to pick up my fingerprints, and I'm going to put a base layer down of all the pink all over. This just makes it easier to blend on top when you come to do your other colours. You've got a nice layer underneath. There we go. So I've got some hills that I've made out of torn paper, and you can see they've already been used, but I quite like these, so I'm using them again. I'm going to lay that on my card where I want my hills to go. I'm going to pick up some turquoise, dab it on my hand because I don't want it to be too dark when I go on onto my card. So just dab that where the hills are, and before you move your hills, pick up some purple, violet rather, and just go along the very edge onto there, and this will add depth to it. Rub it again with your turquoise just to blend it all in. So now when you move your hills, you've got some, move your paper, you've got some nice hills. Move it across so you've got it in a different position. You don't want it all in the same position. Use your turquoise again. You've probably got enough on your sponge without reloading. And go again where the hills are and take the violet, and just go on the very edge again just to add depth to that. So you've got some more hills there. I think that's enough for that. I quite like it as it is. But I'm just going to go around the very edge with a little bit of the purple. And then go over it with the pink just to blend that in. So now when I take off my mask of the moon, I've got a nice place for the sun or moon, whichever it is you're doing, to go. So I think we'll turn this one into the spooky one, and then the next one I'll do your fairy one. Actually, I changed my mind. I'm going to do the fairy one because you've just seen the spooky one. So I'll get my stamps in my lovely little folder. And I'm going to use Versamark. Later on I'm going to show you how to use the Versamark pen with your Panpastels as well. So I'm going to take my little fairy. Actually, I'm going to take the dancing one. You need quite a few small blocks for this. I'm going to go into the Versamark. I'm going to stamp the fairy, take my sponge and just rub that over the top so that my dancing fairy has now come to life. We've got a new stamp and it is of a fairy castle and it's absolutely gorgeous. I'll just see if I can find that one. Of course I can't find it, so I'll just put one in here. So that one's gone too. Got it. So this one I'm going to do with Versamark again, and I'm going to put it on the hill. I'm going to use the turquoise for this one. So try and mix your colours as well, you don't want them all to be the same. So now we've got a nice castle on the hill. There. So we're going to use the branch, which I told you in the other Panpastel one. This is the most useful of the stamps. And what you want to do is start at the side, ink it up again and take another shoot off there, and then another one coming down. Try not to do them all from the same point. I'm going to take one coming down from there. It looks more natural if you try and do it from different points every time. Give that a quick wipe. So now we want to turn that into a willow tree. So we've got the willow on there as well. Into your Versamark and just start to do the trails hanging from the branches. Try and do it quickly so I can do you the spooky one as well, because I want to show you that trick with the brayer. So now the fairy's dancing amongst the weeping willow. I take the turquoise again and just rub over the top, and that brings your willow to life. Now I'm going to use the big grass with the Versamark. Just randomly stamp that all across the bottom, and I'm going to use the turquoise shade on this one. So just rub that over there and you've now got some lovely grass along the base. We're going to take the little rabbit and we're going to ink that up with the VersaFine. He's going to be in there watching the little fairy. And we'll have a few stars, I think. Again with the Versamark, stamp a few stars. And if you notice, I'm not reloading my sponge every time. Just going over there. And I think all that would need now is a little happy birthday. There is a set that's got all the greetings on, and it's got a nice banner. So all these greetings, and then there's a Christmas set as well, are all available on the website. So I'm going to use the happy birthday if I can find it, but I can't, so we're going to have a Mother's Day. Because I can. So I'll pop that on there. Just put your greeting on there. A bit of glitter, and there you've got your little fairy card. I'm not going to glitter it up because I want to show you the other one with the spooky one. So that's the first one. I did show you that I'd already got a background done, so I'm going to quickly get on with the next one. So my background's already started. I'm going to take the arch stamp, which is quite a large one, and I'm going to ink that up with Versamark. Because it's a large solid stamp, it is quite difficult to stamp. And you hear people saying they stand on the stamps and all sorts to try and get a good image. Well, there is a way of doing it without having to go to those lengths. Get your card ready and get your brayer ready. So we're going to try and see whereabouts we want it to go, and I want it quite far over this side. So I'm just going to place that down on there. Take the brayer and make sure you don't move the card at all. Just start to brayer over the top, leaving one hand on there at all times. Do it one way and then the other. That should do it. Move your brayer, lift off your card, and there you've got your Abbey stamped. So what I'm going to do is go in with some turquoise. Mix your colours as well, don't stick to the same colours all the time. On this image I'm not going to do it all in turquoise, I'm going to use some with the turquoise shade, and I'm going to use some with the violet as well. Now, wasn't that an easier way of doing a large stamp? Now that looks like the archway is actually floating, so what we're going to do is use the little stamps that come with it, and they are a brick and a splodge. That's my words for them. I've got too many books now with stamps in. So there we go, there's little brick and the little splodge. That actually builds up into a brick wall. So how we do it is we ink up with Versamark and do a bit of bricklaying now. Leave a gap between each one, and you can build up any size wall you want using this method. Don't want to do too many, just do a few at this side. You can do them up here because it is a ruin. So we take that off, and then we're going to use the splodge to fill in. So if ever you don't want something too perfect, the splodge is going to come in perfect for that. Right, now take your sponge. You've got lots of powder still on there, pastel rather, still on there. Use your different colours. So now it's not floating anymore. So we're going to now use the spooky stamps to make that into a nice hanging or topper, whatever you want to use it for. We've got a little tombstone, we've got bats and broomsticks, witches on broomsticks, bats, little dancing witches, spiders, black cats and cauldrons. We've also got a new range of safari ones. I'll try and make sure I get a safari one out for you at some point. It's too big for that. So I'm just going to put the witch on there. Have the witch going up into the sky. Put the bats on again with the VersaFine, and put the bats in the moonlight. The dancing witches could be dancing on the little window ledge down here. And the black cat looks like it's had a fright in there. And we'll put just the spider on, and then some spiders' webs. The spiders' webs and the spiders also look lovely on your fairy cards. Don't just keep them for your spooky ones. So I'm just going to go over the top of that with different parts of the sponge to get different colours. And that's your spooky one. So what I'm going to do now is just going to show you another method with the Panpastels very quickly. And what I've done is I've embossed with an embossing folder a piece of card. So I'm going to pick up some colour. I'll use a different colour this time. What about the yellows? So we use the orange tint first all over, and I'm trying not to touch, but obviously I'm going to touch a little bit. I think it's better to keep your fingers flat rather than actually touching it. Let's give it the base colour. I'm going to then go in with the yellow. This is Hansa yellow. really brings out the embossing. I want the yellow to go into the middle part. And then I'm going to use the orange on the edge. Nice bright card for the nice weather we've got outside. Not. Right, so I've got that done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Versamark pen. I mean, you can finish this off with anything you like in the centre, but your Versamark pens are lovely for doing small detail like this. So we'll just do the centres of the flowers. And what I'm going to do is take some of the orange tint and just dab that over the top, and you'll see that comes out brighter. I'm also going to do some with the orange. So try all your different materials that you've already got with your Panpastels, and you'll be amazed just what can be done with them. Can you see now the centres are becoming brighter? People forget about their Versamark pens as well. So just go over that. And then I'm going to stamp a greeting in the centre with one of the stamps from the new set. This is the Ultimate Quotes, and there's two different ones. I'm using Versamark, and I'm going to stamp it over to that side because I'm going to use a couple of the pound stamps to go with this. So your pound stamps can actually be used with all your other stamps that you've got as well. So this one says, be your own kind of beautiful, and that's come out with the orange. And we've got a new butterfly and a little trail, butterfly trail. So if I stamp the butterfly on Versamark and do that up there, and then stamp the trail again in Versamark, looks like the butterfly is flying around. So this is the orange tint. I don't want it too bright. And I think if you just added a bit of glitter to that, that would be lovely. So that's another way of using your Panpastels with your embossing folders. So next time you see me, I'm going to try and do the safari and maybe some others. So until then, see you soon. Bye.